The first film to star Jackie Chan and also to have received a wide release is New Fist of Fury, the sequel to the Bruce Lee 1972 original and directed by the same individual, Wan Lo Wei. Lo Wei had the intention of having Jackie Chan become the next Bruce Lee. New Fist of Fury has more in common perhaps with the Bruce Lee pictures than the Jackie Chan pictures that were to follow. There isn't a large amount of comedy in this film. Actually, it's quite brutal and nihilistic in comparison to the sharing the traits of the original Fist of Fury. Actually, it goes one further. I'll leave now if you don't want spoilers for either film. Right. I'm assuming you're gone. Of course, you recall the original Fist of Fury ended with the freeze frame and the implication that Bruce Lee's character is being shot to death by the Japanese troops. In this film, we see poor Jackie get gunned down. I have to admit, I've never been the greatest fanatic of the Bruce Lee films. I think that The Big Boss, that's mostly considered not the greatest film anyway, to be fair. Fist of Fury is probably the one I enjoy more of them, just because it's fairly grounded, gritty, and nasty. Then there's Way of the Dragon. It's okay. Most famous for the Chuck Norris fight in the Rome setting. End of the Dragon's kind of corny for me. I'm sure Game of Death would have been great. That fight scene with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a thing to behold. Fun stuff. Or should I say, Roger Murdoch? I believe that was the... Yeah. Anyway. New Fist of Fury. I might even say I prefer this to the original film simply because I find Jackie a more charismatic lead. It doesn't feel like as much an ego piece. The extent to which Bruce Lee had an ego has become controversial lately, although I based upon his behaviour and how he appears to want himself presented in the films, I think it's safe to say Bruce Lee had some degree of ego. May have not have been as obnoxious as Tarantino portrayed him, but nevertheless, I find that New Fist of Fury is more rewatchable. Maybe it's the novelty of watching a more violent and bloody Jackie Chan picture, him in a totally serious film, which I think... I never saw... There's a film from the early 90s, which I actually have not seen, which some have claimed is a more serious kind of cop film, which... Police Story is quite serious at times, but even more so, there's a film from the early 90s I don't recall the title of, so feel free to name check that in the comments if you're so inclined. In any case, I would nominate New Fist of Fury. Not only is it the first Jackie Chan feature which he starred in that received a wide release, it was the first interesting feature he was involved with, possibly, period. I'm not the biggest fanatic of the Bruce Lee films, as I said. Maybe he was an extra in one of these, in the more interesting Wuxia films around that time, but not to my knowledge. I mean, those are more... A lot of those films are from Taiwan, rather. In any case, I hope you all have appreciated this. Oh wait, no, it's not over yet. We will be discussing, as I mentioned in the Big Brawl video, we'll be discussing The Protector subsequently. And until then, thanks so much, my good and dear friends. Appreciate it very immensely. Give New Fist of Fury a watch. It may be a lot better than you anticipate. Thanks again.